Hello and welcome back to The Bastard Children of Everil and Unbardun Adventure. Previously on The Bastard Children of Everil, the bastards reconvened after investigating the buildings of Everon, and Abydan expressed that they needed to leave with all haste as a Mind Flayer servant was after them and already knew their names and faces. They decided they needed to move on to Rhetiran as soon as possible, as that was the next closest city, and there will be a better chance of survival there. Tilda turned back into a direwolf and allowed Quincy to jump on. They did some sick tricks as they ran, and after an hour of running, Tilda's animal form faded, and she collapsed extremely exhausted. They surveyed where they had stopped, and found that there were 3 leopard frogs that were busy eating some bush-eared squirrels. Tired of jerky and berries, Quincy got Helaena and Abydan to assist in taking down the beasts swiftly. Quincy, Buddy, and Abydan took out 2 of them in no time, but Helaena had a bit of trouble with hers. As the leopard frog was about to retaliate, Tilda awoke and hurled an ice knife at the frog, killing it, but the ice knife shattered and punctured Helaena in a burst of ice. Helaena put Tilda against a tree, and when Tilda tried to brush it off, she threw her down to the ground. As she walked away, Quincy had been going to break them up, but Buddy cast the sleep spell and knocked her and Quincy both out. Buddy woke Quincy up and said they need to have a conversation with Helaena about how family is not the military. The sleep spell wore off, and Helaena was rightly furious. Buddy and Helaena get into a heated argument about family and who they are to one another. Once they started to see each other's point of view, the group was strengthened, and Helaena apologized for hurting Tilda, while Buddy apologized for putting Helaena out against her will, and Tilda apologized for hurting Helaena. With that issue resolved, they all talked together again. Helaena agreed to start teaching them how to be more disciplined in combat. The questions about each other started coming in. Abydan seemed unaware that he had changed appearances when he had teleported in the Battle of the Displacer Beasts, and Buddy shared a gambling story that might explain why he now had magical capabilities. Once their conversation finished, they built a camp, cleaned and cooked the leopard frogs, and then went to bed. As Abydan slipped into his elvish trance, his divine sense awakened again. He could hear a little girl's laughter echoing in the night, and nothing else. The next morning, they all saw an ominous cave nearby with warning signs. It was also emanating the same dark fog as before. And that is where we are in The Bastard Children of Everil and Unbardun Adventure. And the story continues now.
Hey there, gang.
Hi.
Hola.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my! I like the new look, Tara.
That was not intentional.
And I thought I was going chaos by saying hello with a mouthful of peanut butter.
Y'all rolled for chaos last session, but we ended up last episode with such great RP that it was just phenomenal. But anyways, I believe where we left off, according to recap, is that you all saw a cave. The cave that has the warning signs directly around it after you guys slept and received all the benefits of a long rest and all that sort of good stuff. So, with that being said, you all are now waking up. You see the cave with the warning signs emanating the same fog that you all discovered in previous sessions. The story is yours.
So does anyone else think that's a good sign that we're moving in the right direction?
No. I
Same
actually
colors
don't.
as the Mind Flayer.
I mean, but we were trying to solve the Mind Flayer problem, right?
What are you guys talking
Were
about?
we?
I
We're
just
trying to escape.
put my hand on top of Buddy's bald head and just turn his head towards the cave.
That looks like weird fog.
Yes. Yes, Buddy.
I don't think I should go in there.
Yeah.
Nantucket.
I mean,
Here's something
think
no
I'll do
one
it
asked.
for me.
Here's something no one asked during our little sibling heart-to-heart. Are any of us truly interested in the thrones, the places we've been given? Because if we are, then it suddenly becomes our duty to protect and serve. If we're not, then our primary concern is survival. Where are we? What do we want to do?
Well, obviously I was not at first interested. And I'm not saying that I really am interested currently. But Benefix does have a special place in my heart. Like I said, my family would come here all the time when I was a kid, and I don't know, I have a lot of good memories here. But besides the point, since Herix is now being controlled by Shavera and is inevitably going to be horrible for this kingdom, I feel like since we were given it, that is our duty, whether we like it or not.
He said duty.
I also said a lot of other things, buddy.
I know.
Putting that aside, even if we were not bound by blood to the throne now, I feel compelled to say that I would do whatever it takes to see that the kingdom is wrested from the hands of this fiendish malefactor.
Oh, okay, but alright, hear me out here. Whether you like it or not, that little... Okay, there's no other way to put it, that little shit is our brother as well. And I want to find out if he's genuinely being controlled or not.
Agreed.
But do we know that? Do we know that he's our brother? There's so much mysteriousness around him and his mom and where he came from. I don't know. He's just awful. The Mind Flayer is awful. I don't want to rule anything. I just want to survive. But I also don't want him to treat all of the cities and all the towns the way that, I was treated by my adopted parents. He's going to be a tyrant. So I don't want to take this town. I want to survive, but I also don't want to see other people hurt.
Right.
Well, it sounds like you already know what we need to do then.
We're
Not
agreed.
go into the cave because that's scary.
Well, we need...
We need
as
answers.
Abydan said, we do need answers, and that's part of the reason why I'm not really for just giving fake names to everyone. We do need answers, and they already are going to come after us.
As soon as you say come after us,
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
you hear what sounds like a child's laughter.
I'll hear that.
Oh yes, all five of you hear this. And upon closer inspection of the child's laughter, you're able to see a sort of dirty blonde-haired, about 3 foot tall child in a stark white dress who's laughing, who then runs somewhat inside the cave.
Okay, everyone, not to alarm you, but remember how I had that weird dream vision about the people in the caravan?
Yes.
It happened again, and this time it was with that child's laughter. That
So-
child's important in this somehow.
As soon as you say important somehow, you notice that there is a dull lilac hazy glow that is emanating from the mouth of the cave, and she disappears into it.
That's a demon baby, right? I'm not going crazy. That's a demon baby.
There's something distrustful about a creepy child laughing and then running into a cave. Abydan, the last time we followed your premonitions, yes, we saved people, but we walked straight into danger. Are they not premonitions of bad? Again, creepy, laughing child.
I think they're, for now, premonitions of danger that will further serve our purposes. We wouldn't have been able to find that town if we hadn't run across those refugees.
Tilda,
They don't seem evil when they are sent to me. And believe me, I know evil when I see it.
Tilda, I know you're scared, but the only way to protect and serve is to put yourself in front of danger for the greater good. And if we truly wish to protect and serve Everil, which I swore to do, then we are going to have to run headfirst into danger far more than we are comfortable with.
I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying I don't like it.
Quincy finishes writing what Helaena just said on a piece of paper and then hands it to Tilda. Military lesson number 1.
Thank you, Quincy.
Quincy, I've
Military.
never been high-ranking enough to have my own secretary. It's kind of nice.
I shouldn't set that precedent.
No, you shouldn't.
Abydan,
Right
you'll
now.
write the next one.
Hey, Helaena, what does sergeant and a prostitute have in common?
What?
Oh, no.
They love to handle privates.
I'm gonna write that down. Military
Either
lesson
who?
number 2.
Military lesson number 2.
No,
Exactly.
Abydan.
Yes, Abydan. Thank you. I'm gonna put these in my pocket.
Are we all feeling a little braver? A little laughter and jokes before battle?
Either who? What sort of vibe do I get from this child, or do I have to roll for that?
Make an Arcana roll.
Arcana.
I have decent arcana.
Can I help him with that since I have the premonition thing?
No, just
All right,
Quincy.
worth a shot.
It's based off of my vibe.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, that is a 11.
With a total of 11, you're able to tell that there is some sort of magic that is coming from inside the cave itself. Probably what the girl was chasing after.
So nothing specifically on the girl herself.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Abydan.
Using what we've established before, Abydan will open up his divine senses again. Is it a more intense feeling that he's gotten in the past with being in the fog? Maybe not intense, a richer, more vivid sensation against his senses would probably be the better way to put it.
So you're using divine sense, right?
Yeah. Just in the way we've established before when he's been in the fog.
Sure.
It's been weird.
It's that same level of weird, just weirdly, I say weirdly, more concentrated.
It appears that this is some kind of concentrated locus of power for whatever is the fog. We're moving in the right direction if we want to investigate it.
Do you think that this is like the swarm of insects that they were talking about? That you said locusts.
I don't know, but it is certainly centered, or at least more centered here than it was
You
before.
meant that sort of locust.
Oh, you thought I said locusts? No, I said locusts.
Oh, wait, did you not say locusts?
No.
Oh.
Sorry.
Not to be confused with locals.
Or locutus of boar.
Or Omnath, locus of mana.
I cross out locust.
I'm rewriting my notes.
Tonight's sponsor is Wizards of the Coast.
No, we are not sponsored.
It is not. I swear to you, it is not. Nor will it ever be.
Does
Okay,
this,
Tilda? Yeah,
does
go ahead.
this-
Sorry.
It was kind of a simpler question, but does this look like a source of the fog versus just like a pocket, or is it like, oh, this is where it's coming from?
The fog does seem to be emanating out of the cave. However, it is unclear whether or not it's just a pocket of this fog or maybe one of the sources of where it is coming from. The only way to know that for sure would be to enter the cave.
All right, who votes we go into the cave?
All right, Helaena, you first.
Yes, I will not be at the forefront of this conflict.
Helaena,
Nor
I'll-
should you be at the back. You die too much.
All right, before we go into this cave, because I assume we're going into the cave. We're going to go into the cave. We all know we're going into the cave. We shouldn't just dance around it. How can we properly work together should we come across things? I imagine if there's one concentrated magical demon baby, there's bound to be something else. So what do you have, anybody, that can, like, help us with a group?
I cast guidance on Quincy.
I make a perception check.
I immediately burn that D4.
Well, I mean, it lasts for like what, a
A
round?
minute.
Yeah, it lasts for a round. So if we go straight into combat, it'll last. But it's a cantrip.
No, it's
so
gone.
can-
It's gone. No, it's gone.
Oh, it is up to a minute.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
gotta
that's
concentrate on it.
Yes.
Bella, just concentrate on being very helpful to Quincy for a minute.
Well, I've
Oh.
saved his life so many times. I feel
Right.
like he
So,
needs this.
I can heal people with words or my pan flutes. I can also conjure some unseen force to move some things around. I can also blast people with notes of shrill, thunderous energy. I can also turn into someone else.
So you're a midline kind of fighter then.
Right. I mean, I am handy with the sword, but that just has never been the correct choice in the fights that we've had.
So Helaena and I are the two who should be at the forefront, the vanguard of this
Yes.
operation.
I mean, I can turn into a wolf.
That's true. She can
Tilda.
turn into a wolf.
Can you turn into anything quiet that you could look ahead for us?
I don't know. I can try.
Yes,
I
you
can.
can.
I know I can.
But you can try. And that's kind of fascinating. I love that.
I'm playing on the idea that she is just discovering this. What would be a good...
Yeah.
chameleon, so you can blend into your environment.
And
Oh
you
my
have
God.
karma on your side.
Man,
Helaena
you didn't
Ilias.
just steal that from me. Come on, Noah.
What?
I
didn't
literally
what?
was saying, come on.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I was taking
Parallel
notes.
thinking.
You know, I could... We're going into a cave, right?
Mhm.
I could go turn into a bat.
Well,
seems
actually,
apt.
Flight.
actually, yeah, you can't do that until level 8.
No? It's a C00.
It's flying though.
Mhm.
Oh. Don't tell me things that I should read.
Oh, no.
It's not there.
Jason, you're really
Fine.
harshing
Sorry,
the
Jason and I
vibe
were
here.
both like, sorry.
You're
Fine.
harshing the vibe with your rules,
unusual
Lori.
dilemma.
What
Fine,
about
I'll
a
turn
rat?
into a rat. Yeah, sorry, that was
A
aggressive.
rat
I'll
would
turn
be
into
quiet. I like
me
a
and
rat.
Nantucket
And
can
look,
go
it's only
together.
a few letters off.
Well, actually, you can't turn into a rat because a rat is a bat without wings.
Shut up, Jason.
But then it doesn't have flying, Jason.
Yeah, but if it's Nantucket, then he's just fly, so it has to wait until level 8.
You
I guess
could
I'll turn into a rat.
You could turn into a penguin.
I could, but you know what's conspicuous? A rat.
That's
I mean-
fair. You mean
Trying to-
inconspicuous, right?
That's what I meant. But I
Okay.
don't know, apparently. It's late.
I mean,
It's my
the
bedtime, actually.
The direwolf does have a +4 to stealth.
Yes, but I could also it's more fun to
What are you picking?
play the
Tilda?
storyline. Helaena has asked me to do something to try to be small and stealthy, and so I focus on what I know, and what I know are street rats and sewer
What you know
rats.
is Nantucket.
Yes, and I think about how much I love Nantucket, and I turn into
The
a rat.
power of love is a mysterious thing.
All right, you turn into a rat.
I guess I go in.
Very
Aw.
good.
Tilda, you're so small and quiet.
I
Hey, you've got this. You can do it. I believe in you.
Me and Nantucket are just having a. Can you believe these people?
Tilda,
They're
just,
crazy.
Tilda, make sure you can still run if things get hairy in there.
I can also change back and turn into something else before we fight because I have to.
Well, things are already hairy as she is a rat.
I'm just going inside.
What are all these people making dumb
You-
jokes here? Go inside, Tilda. Go inside.
You make your way inside the cave, but before I tell you anything of what you see, what are the rest of the four of you doing?
Yeah,
Are we going
sneaky.
in behind her sneakily?
No.
I would like to be sneaky by the entrance of the cave in case she runs out. I can Eldritch Blast
Yeah.
something that's
Yeah.
following.
Is potentially have Helaena and Abydan on either side of the cave, kind of pressed up against the wall, but ready to go if they need to, and then have Buddy and Quincy kind of like angled beside them where they can hit anything that comes out, and Helaena and Abydan could get in a melee attack.
So two on each side, you have your spellcasters, and then you have your fighters, or your melees, just off of them. Correct?
Pretend Helaena organized all of that in character.
Gotcha.
That's
Helaena, you
great.
did an excellent job coming up with this battle
That is
plan.
military lesson number 3, flanking.
Let's give this like a little name. We're gonna call this the suppository because when something comes out,
Nope.
we're gonna snip it and we're
Oh,
gonna shoot
my.
something else in.
I don't think that's what we're gonna
Definitely
call
not.
No.
Vasectomy.
it. I
Also
don't think we're
not.
going to call it a vasectomy either.
All right, Tilda, what do you see?
I don't
Tell
know.
us.
What do I see?
What do your red
Go
eyes
ahead
see?
and roll for perception, Tilda. Bear in mind you're rolling for perception as
Tilda.
Tilda. Yes, not as a rat.
But I do get advantage on perception if it relies on smell. Do I smell anything interesting?
Ooh, interesting. No, sorry.
Dang it.
Not in this moment. That was a really good point.
Before you go in, though, Quincy will say, "I believe in you," and then give you bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
What is yours? A D6 or D8?
It's a D6 still.
19 perception.
Natural 19, or is that including your bonus?
17 plus 2.
17 plus 2. Love it. With a 17 plus 2, you were able to see what I'm going to call your first clue about the fog. Inside the cave, you don't see the girl. There is no girl. There are no entrances or exits aside of the one that you just came in, Tilda. You are specifically, though, able to see what looks to be an exploded summoning circle. It looks just like the one that Shavera appeared from in the courtyard of the Kingdom of Everil. However, you're able to see a golden ring surrounding the summoning circle, with multiple languages being inscribed within the golden circle, some of which you may know, others look very foreign to you. The name that you are able to see engraved upon the golden ring surrounding this broken summoning circle is the simple name of Versi. Nothing else seems to be in the cave whatsoever. No creatures, no beasts,
Definitely no little girl.
no little girl.
All right. I hightail it out of there. 'Cause that's not good. So y'all see me running out, and I will switch out of wild shape, which I'm going to canonically say that when I come out of wild shape, I am like exhausted for a little while. Like I'm just like real tired. So it takes me a second to like, okay, so there is the girl, she's not in there. There was nobody in there. There's no exits or entrances except for the one. There was some sort of like summoning circle. It looked like the same thing that the mind flayer came out of in the courtyard. And then there was a golden ring, and then there was names, and Versi's name was on it.
Abydan
So
will grow a little pale at you saying Versi.
You told us that, right?
No, I didn't mention the name. I just said someone was after us.
Yeah, he did
Oh,
not.
okay.
Because
So
we
I
did-
said
I
the
didn't
name
have-
Versi.
Yeah, we didn't have time to go over it.
Okay.
It was just everything happened all at once. Okay.
Does that name sound familiar to anybody?
It's the name of the person or abomination that's after us currently. I didn't have a chance to mention it yesterday.
So do we
Send
think this
us-
is where he came from?
It could be. I mean,
Probably.
I don't know enough about summoning mind flayers, but it sounds like that ring is somehow linked to him.
Abydan, did you see what color the girl's eyes were in your vision?
I didn't see the girl. It's more a sensory impression of it. I hear them.
Did anyone see what color her eyes were going into that cave?
What
Too
are
far
you
away.
guys saying? I stage whisper because I'm far away.
Buddy, you can join us. There's no immediate threat.
No one told me I could. I was just gonna stay back
Oh,
here.
sorry. It didn't mean to exclude you.
No, I didn't see your eyes.
So,
There was
Do we-
nobody in there.
silly question, but should we take the new talking stick and poke the circle? It's given us information before.
Let's get a poke the circle stick.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Quincy.
That'd
I was
probably
gonna
be
say the
smarter.
same thing.
Wait, buddy.
Yeah.
You have what that spell, the mage handy spell, right?
Yeah, my wet willy spell. Yeah.
It was you.
Oh, yeah, but it was me.
All right, we'll talk about that later when we're not in mortal danger. But maybe we take a stick and mage hand it over after we're in the cave, poke it, see what happens.
Maybe.
Quincy, you look like you have something to say though.
I'll be right back. I won't be going far. And I'm just gonna go to like a nearby tree, and just like pick up the longest branch that I can pick up that has
Yeah.
fallen.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
something like 5 or more feet.
Sure.
And I'm just like carrying this thing. Okay, Now this is a poke the circle stick.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Quincy, that's a really good stick. Can we actually make that the talking stick and make it? No, that one's longer. Never mind.
Okay, we're good then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Shall we move cautiously into the cave then?
Right. Tilda, since you've
Yes.
been here before, here, take the poke the circle stick.
I was a rat.
It's like 3 times your size.
I don't. Quincy. I throw it on the
sorry.
ground.
Pick it back up.
Should we be going inside? Maybe that's just telling us where he came from. There was a little girl that ran in there. Does not exist. That feels like trap. That feels like a trap.
But did she not exist, or did she disappear through the circle?
She was laughing maniacally. I don't know. That's a great question.
It wasn't DM. Was it a maniacal laughter?
It
or
was a creepy
more-
child laugh.
It was a child's laughter.
What if she was lured in there as a trap? What if she needs help?
Well-
You take the stick and go poke it.
I mean, again, let's just go in and stand near the mouth of the cave, and have someone mage hand the stick over.
There's a wet willy that just goes in Abydan's ear.
Is it the other one or the same ear?
It's the other one.
Thanks,
All
you.
right, I'm
buddy.
just gonna.
I appreciate it.
Can I take the stick with my mage hand?
Yes,
And can I put it? It's 30 feet away. It can be. If it's ever more than, I'm gonna keep it 30 feet away, and I'm gonna stealth in.
roll for
while-
stealth.
Yeah. Mama wants a new pair of shoes.
That's my least favorite Christmas song.
Natural 20.
That is a gentleman 6.
With a gentleman 6 for stealth, you are able to stealthily, to at least your perception, make it inside the cave.
Can I say that I'm actually humming a theme tune to myself while I'm stealthing?
It's Kronk. It's Kronk singing the theme song.
But
She's singing his
Okay, all right, we're gonna get copyright claimed. No, yes, you may.
That's what, yeah. But da-da, da-da-da, because it's not the same song. It's not the same song. It goes
Right,
da-da-da. I
right.
went ba-da-da.
He's right. He's right. The Vanilla Ice defense.
Exactly.
So-
Thank you.
So, as he's going in, now, do you think that the girl would be more comfortable, like, coming out and showing herself if she saw someone that looked very similar to her?
Probably, but only if she's not just hiding. Only if she's just hiding in the cave and hasn't been sucked into the circle.
Oh. Right.
That's my concern, is that she's simply not in the cave and she has somehow been enveloped in the circle.
That would be bad. Also, probably not a good idea to magically pretend to be someone that looks like her, and then her find out that you don't look like her.
Oh, I won't pretend to be like her. I'll just, and then with a bit of fleece, cast minor illusion, and an image of her appears in a 5
like it.
view.
I
then I'll just
don't.
go-
I'd be horrified if I
That
ran
would be
into
terrifying for a
duplicate. Yeah.
child.
Yeah, no.
Well, it
I like it
looks
a lot.
like her.
Yeah,
maybe I'll
and-
even do a.
Yeah, that was way
Getting
creepier
worse.
than hers.
I would
That
not.
was- that would- if it was you in the cave with that laugh, I'm not going in.
Okay. Well, I hope that Buddy's doing better than we are.
Buddy!
Da-da.
Buddy, as you approach inside the cave, there's no light whatsoever, except for the light that is emanating off of the golden circle that is surrounding what looks to be cracked stone directly underneath it, where the fog is pooling out of. You can take the stick. And what are you doing?
Well, first question is, since I do have dark vision, does that add any other details, or is it just still what you described?
It is still exactly what I described. Yep.
Yes, I'm going to. So there's a circle. What is it made of again?
It appears to be made out of some sort of gold, or at least some sort of shiny metal alloy.
Okay, so does it look like it was like a powder that was put there, or like kind of like a?
No, this is what looks like to be a forged ring, sort of like a fire
Okay.
pit ring, around around where the cracked earth is, where the smoke or the fog is coming out.
All right, I'm going to take my mage hand and I'm going to gently ease this like people trying to rescue someone lost at sea in a helicopter. I'm going to lower my savior down and dip it into the ocean of that crack.
As you do so, the stick begins to transform into what appears to be hundreds of black scorpions.
Brendan Fraser.
Scorpion. Oh.
I hate this so much.
As soon as it touches the fog, the tip of it begins to transform into hundreds of these black, red, and purple scorpions. Then begin to trail all the way up from the stick itself, moving closer and closer to where your mage hand is.
My mage hand is gonna have the same reaction that I would and be like, ugh! Just
and if someone throws it.
Yeah.
Someone tosses the stick. Yeah, natural. As it does so, a few scorpions are able to hit the wall. As a few of these scorpions hit the wall, the girl appears spectrally out of the same wall. Dear adventurer, I hear that you and your friends have been looking for me.
As I slowly back out of that cave, I go, they're not my friends, they're my siblings, but I would appreciate if you want to meet them? I'm gonna go get them.
Oh no, I mean your friend.
Alice? The one who hunts me. The Empress.
Freaking Scorpion Queen.
No. We cannot.
Completely forgot about her.
As soon as the Empress, the Scorpions begin to form almost a military formation.
No way. No.
Yo, they're marshalling.
Creating the legs of what looks to be an enormous scorpion woman.
Oh.
I serve Versi, and by extension, my great lord Shavera, and my friends. Oh, my dear travelers. It's time you face my pincers.
Can I do one thing before?
Certainly.
Because you know this is going to end badly. I am going, when I notice that it's the Empress, I'm going to go, Shavera sent me to find you. We need to attack Rhetiran.
Oh, he did?
It's a very important missive that I've been tasked to bring you.
Oh, I understand how important it is. That's the reason he delegated Versi to already make his way there. Has Versi failed?
Versi has failed.
Then we must make there with all due haste.
Yes, and I go and I pretend like I am moving with a urgency of like, yeah, you're following me right now. We're in this together. We're best friends. We're teammates.
Roll for deception.
And I will say, we probably did not get back into position because we were just talking.
Nope. You sure didn't.
So we're all what?
Hey, what did you
Right
get
around
for
the front?
deception?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Buddy, what did you get for deception?
Okay, that's pretty good. That is a 16 plus 6.
Hey, we take a 16 plus 6, 22.
Pretty good.
So Rhetiran is in need of our help.
They're in need of our liberation.
then let us liberate that uncleansed land. Let us cleanse it the way that it was always intended by our great master.
We will shroud it in fog.
More than just fog. Myself and my children will feast on everyone who is there.
They will meet your pincers.
Oh, yes, they will. With that being said, the Empress, made up of thousands of these black scorpions, moving out of the fog, will begin to follow you.
Well, Buddy, yeah.
To Buddy, yeah.
I am walking out of the cave, I am going to announce to them, the Empress has joined our cause. March for Rhetiran. In a way that is more of a warning that, hey, like, I'm trying to clue in the Empress and Rhetiran is in like, hey, hopefully you will realize that this thing thinks we're working together.
On even the mention of the Empress, Quincy will just draw his sword, but not immediately attack, of course.
For the other three of you, Helaena, Tilda, and Abydan, roll for insight.
Yeah, Quincy was almost had the frightened condition, I would say.
Yep, it's really close.
18.
17.
I'd rather be back.
1.
Another 4.
10 total.
10 total. Okay.
Okay.
That's actually, that was the DC that I had set. You all understand, all three of you understand, Quincy, you're included within this, that something happened within the cave, and now there is an Empress who is walking out, specifically the Scorpion Empress that Alice was after, is now walking out.
Quincy is literally shaking.
Helaena puts out her hand as she sees Quincy go to draw his sword and just makes like a calm down.
Reassures to calm down.
We're good. This is a deception, but we all have to be in on it for it to work.
Yep.
I will lower my sword and put the tip in the ground and try to look as casual as possible.
And Helaena leans forwards into the group and says, I don't know what rule we're on, but whatever it is, sometimes there's battles you can't win, and then you have to come up with a different plan.
You
If
mean
steel
every
isn't
fight?
sufficient-
Every fight so far?
Yes, that.
The eerie fog that was there prior seems to emanate directly around the Empress. As it does so, there's sort of a noxious fume that comes from it. You all don't need to make saves or anything like that against it. It just smells foul. Smells not of Bardoon as this happens. Buddy, what's your next play?
I need a refresher. What's the new king's name? The one who's the little boy?
Eric?
Herrick's.
Okay. As I exit the cave, I want to look back to the Empress, and I want to say, and Herrick's bade me tell you if you are successful this day. And I'm going to pull out my signet ring of the king, because I'm taking a gamble here. I'm assuming that the sigil is the same, that Rhetiran will be within your control to do whatever you please.
Roll for deception at advantage, please.
Oh boy.
Ooh, okay, first roll is a 19. Second roll is a natural 1. Okay, so a 25. I'm gonna poop myself.
You or Buddy?
Both.
With a 19 plus 6 deception,
6, yeah.
25?
Yeah.
With 25 deception, the Empress bows. Again, I don't believe I actually described the scorpion monster lady to you guys in full form. has the body of a scorpion, but almost is sort of similar to a centaur, where the female body is at the very head of it. However, within the head of the physical head of her female body, there are these enormous pincers that come out from where her cheekbones would be.
Like mandibles?
Right, exactly. Mandibles. As they come out, she sort of clicks them together. And it's almost like a calling. The other scorpions rush out of the cave, surrounding her, and then crawl upon her body. As this happens, Buddy, you may now give an amount of direction as to where she needs to go. You mentioned Rhetiran earlier.
Flank around to the other side of the city. We're going to take the main gates. And we're going to, when you launch an assault on the back gate, we are going to go in and we are going to take the Capitol building.
The shining black of the scorpions sort of chitter in agreement. As soon as that happens, she sort of bursts into all of these individual scorpions and then is just left with the visage of a dirty blonde girl in a white dress who then runs as fast as she can towards the city of Rhetiran.
Sniper now.
Abydan, next time you get a vision, we're not following it. Creepy
Quincy's
child.
mouth. Quincy's mouth is just agape.
She's out of hearing.
Yes, she is now out of hearing range. Correct.
I am going to like drop down on my hands and knees and
Buddy,
Maybe.
breathe.
Breathe.
What happened?
I saw it was the Empress and she's threatened to kill us, and I just said the first thing that came into my mind, which is a lie.
Well, I'm
And it
pretty sure
finally
you just
helped
saved
me.
our lives.
But you potentially
she's going
doomed
to the
all
back
of
of the city.
Rhetiran.
But she's going to the back of the city. We can go to the front. I'm trying to buy us enough time so we can get to the front and we can warn them and get someone there to help.
How did you get her to attack Rhetiran?
I hold up the ring
Right.
and I said I was, working with Herrick's and the Mind Flayer and stuff. Because, every good lie has a little bit of truth. And I had this ring and I thought, it would be good because how was she going to know if he changes a sigil? It's such a process with all the paperwork.
Yes.
It was a gamble and I
Did
took
she
it.
say anything else? Just, hello, I exist. Now we're going to attack Rhetiran?
No, that they were waiting for us and Alice and who are the other names?
The hunter, Alice.
No, it was just
She
Alice.
said she was,
Just Alice.
and she said she was the
Right.
worker of Versi.
yeah, worker of Versi.
Okay.
Yes, that she served her Lord Versi and then served her greater Lord of Cheveril.
Yeah.
I have bad
I
news
name
then.
dropped Chivera and Herrick's, and I was just honestly, I'm terrified, but I think we probably have maybe a 30-minute window where we can get down there and save things.
I would
Yeah.
I would like to point out that Versi is clearly capable of water calling his minions. So our deception is not going to last.
Like I said, I think we bought ourselves less than an hour.
But what was she doing for Versi?
I don't know, right?
It was
was-
not said. It was not
Yeah.
said.
We're wasting time. We have a city to save.
Yes, we do.
We need to move.
Buddy,
Now.
though, that was mad impressive. And
Seriously.
Yes.
he will
Yes.
high five, Buddy.
It's truly the only thing I'm good at is lying.
Hey,
we get
that's not
to-
true. You're good
Keep
at
it up,
being
though.
a team
Let's.
player.
We don't need to compliment me now. We can go. We can save niceties.
With that being said, my friends, I don't like to do this normally, but I'm going to give it to you guys today. We are going to fast travel. There's
Maybe
no
the thing
need
is-
in because you guys are still approximately 2.5 days away from Rhetiran,
Oh my gosh.
which is the exact same amount is the Empress. The Empress is also 2.5 days away, and she will also need to rest. So, welcome to Rhetiran, a simple farming village known for its beautifully red and burgundy rock houses with blue roofs. It is set aside from the closest mountain, the High Rhet Mountain, and within one of the larger forested areas of Everil, the Red Benefix Forest. There is a beautiful lake directly next to the village, Lake Everil, that leads to the river known as the Rhetivast River. Rhetiran is known to hold some of the best artisans and merchants of the entire kingdom of Everil. Primary exports of Rhetiran would be gems and ores from the mountains, but they're, hit or miss. However, they specify, or they specifically farm grains. They also create craft beers that are provided for all of the kingdom of Everil. There are red meats that are made. There are cloth or textiles that are made as well. Metalworkings that are done by only the finest metal workers. Lumber is brought in from the Red Benefix trees, and bricks and stones from the mountains themselves. As you all enter into the gates of Rhetiran, it's very quiet.
Were there any guards at the gate?
There were guards, but they didn't ask you guys any questions. They just opened the gates for you all to walk in. With that being said, my friends, the story is now yours. Helaena.
Helaena would immediately, as the guards are opening the gate, look up at them and go, "You have incoming right now. You need to raise every alarm possible. And because I have the soldier background, they should listen to me, but I can also roll whatever you need me to."
Understood, squad commander.
Thank you. Let me know if you need any assistance.
Would you like any other details?
What are the details, squad commander?
There is a monster hunter's legend that we've discovered to be true on our travels here. You have, frankly, a monster and many others coming to your door. We're not even sure of the numbers. The count is hazy. We know that they're launching an attack on the city. Now, potentially, as soon as possible. If you would like me to speak with your commander, I can provide further information.
We will inform the commander and do as you please.
Am I sensing anything off about them?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Well, Helaena asked first. Helaena, go ahead and make a insight roll.
14 total?
They're sort of passive. More than sort of passive. They'll take your message. They will inform, but it's not like this is an unordinary day.
I'd like to speak with your commander directly. If you'd allow me to accompany you.
Our commander is busy. I trust that you believe in our system. He will be informed.
I will accompany you to inform your commander now.
Understood, milady. As this happens, you guys are able to, or at least Helaena is able to make their way to the to a watchtower where the commander stays of the patrol.
Similar rank to myself?
Yes.
Okay.
You meet Lennox, Linix, Lennox, the commander of the military based in Rhetiran.
Commander, you have an incoming attack. I assume everybody is with me.
Yeah, and could we get a character description of Linux?
Sure. Linux is a human who has very dark skin and a very dark black beard. Looks similar to mine, but a little bit bigger. Sort of throwed out. That's Linux. Yeah,
All right.
Commander, you have an incoming attack.
an incoming attack. You say? Are you
I
sure?
do. Positive.
What sort of attack is this?
The capital was attacked days ago. We believe that creatures of the same sort are on their way.
I heard a water call of this sort of attack. Are you sure it's connected?
Yes. We crossed paths with the offending forces on our way here. I assumed they would hit Rhetiran next, but I wasn't sure until 2.5 days ago on our travels, and we made haste. But you need to prepare your city for an attack. We need to protect the people inside.
Very well. All people will be moved to safe houses. They will be instructed that there is a strict curfew placed, as well as all businesses should cease.
I wish I could give you more information on the nature of these creatures and their numbers, but I don't fully understand them myself. They are unlike anything we have ever faced.
Do you know anything about them?
They're not of this world.
Quincy is nervously looking out of any window just to keep an eye out on if the attack is currently happening.
Make a perception check.
Boy, howdy. 13.
Nope, you see nothing. There is no imminent attack coming upon the walls or anything like that.
With
Good.
luck, we have time. With an extra amount of luck, they choose a different course, but better to be safe than sorry.
Understood. Buddy.
Who was the guy who was sent to this town already? Who the Empress talked about? Who was supposed to...
Versi was supposed to be sent.
But Versi passed it off to her.
But she said that did Versi fail?
Yeah, Versi,
Yeah, so-
I don't think Versi's attacked yet.
No, he has not.
Do we
And
know
so-
what Versi is?
Mind flayer-ish.
Well, Abydan, have you actually revealed that? That's the question.
Well, see, that's what I was going. That's why I raised my hand when you were giving the city description, because there was
Yes.
something I wanted to
By all means, go ahead, buddy.
cover in fast travel.
Flashback.
Yeah, flashback. Okay, I fill them in on Versi and all that good stuff, and I also would like to talk to Tilda for like half a second. You can tell me no if this won't work.
Well, let's pause, and then yes, you may speak with Tilda.
But I mean, this would happen before we make it to the city.
Yes, no, I understand.
That's why I was trying to get
you
in before.
reiterate the information about Versi. Do you reiterate that it came through a water call?
Yes, I mentioned that earlier when we were outside the cave about Versi being able to water call people, so that
Okay,
our
very
deception would not last long.
Okay, go ahead and talk to Tilda.
Okay, real fast to save on time. Out of character. Found the ritual book and the instructions and all the ingredients and stuff. If Tilda and I put our heads together, would Tilda and I be able to figure out what they did wrong?
What do you mean?
In terms
Like
of
what they did wrong with the
what they did wrong, because it
With the
worked
cleansing ritual.
with the cleansing ritual.
I'm gonna say
I-
no. It
probably
was just
not.
I'll go ahead and tell you this. It was just because of the strength of the ritual. It was not strong enough.
Okay, well that tells me something that is workable. That's what I need to know.
And Abaddon described Versi to us. These guards are making me worried how passive they are.
Mhm.
Is there a connection between Versi's ability and charming people? Maybe?
Roll for insight.
Oh, it's dirty 20.
There doesn't seem to be a connection. However, Buddy, along with the rest of you, are mentioned the great lord of House Rhetiran, the Lord of Rhetiran, whose name is Lord Grinnis Helid of House Rhetiran. You all are welcome to speak with him if you would like.
Would it be good to talk to him?
That's up to you guys.
So the guards are there taking things. They're like going to close businesses. They're going to do presumably.
Correct.
They're taking all that. I think that the next we need to go talk to this lord.
Agreed.
I'm not good at talking to nobles, so someone else is
Well,
going to have
I'm
to
great
take
at
point
it.
on this.
Well,
So is Quincy.
yeah, me and an Abydan coming from a noble house. Buddy, maybe you'll be third.
Do I have to go?
If you want to save the city, yes.
Are you bronze medaling me? We're speaking to nobles.
Absolutely, I am.
Well, it's not a competition. We're here to save people's lives.
But if it is,
Let's focus
I
on
win.
that.
It seems to be about a 50-50 split. Tilda.
Oh, I think I'm under the impression that this town is not really run by their military, and the nobles have more to say than the bureaucratic people, or like the bureaucratic nobles have more to say than the like, we're the good guys in charge. So I'm good for going to the noble.
Okay. Is that where you guys head from here?
How close is the noble's house to the back gate?
To the back gate?
Yeah.
It's far away. His house is at the main front gate, the one that leads directly from the north to the south. The one that you guys came into. Buddy?
And as we were traveling there, I would like to make, in case there are tiny little scorpion spies everywhere, I just want it to appear like I just want to whisper things and say things like, all right, things are going according to plan. We head towards the capital to like our people, just in case we are being like, you know,
I like that a lot, actually. Make a
like
performance.
following through what I said. Oh, I've been like my luck is bound to roll out because I had like pretty good luck.
You've had some pretty good rolls tonight, yeah.
Come on,
And it did. You said performance?
Yeah.
That's a 3 + 4, so that's a 7.
Okay. Hey, we take a +4 on that. Total 7. For what you understand, what you are doing seems to be working.
And you wanted to bronze medal me.
You're talking to scorpions, not nobles, buddy.
Is-
We're gonna do this.
I don't necessarily want to split the party, but I would much prefer to essentially remove Helaena from this situation that she would do everything in her power to avoid, just be like, she's helping the soldiers, and then she'll catch back up when they get out.
I will let you stand guard with the other guards outside of the noble's house.
Yeah, because she would do everything in her power to avoid this. She
Yeah.
does not want to be around nobles.
Sure. Okay. All right. So Tilda, Buddy, Quincy, and Abydan will make your way into the noble's house. Helaena, you were standing outside with 2 armed guards.
Yep, keeping watch.
Keeping watch over the noble's house. Correct. You, the 4 of you, though, are led to Lord Grinnis Helid of House Rhetiran.
Before we go inside, I'll bend over to talk to Tilda.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go inside, it's okay if you stay out with Helaena, just for your own benefit.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Oh my gosh, I completely zoned out. I'm so sorry.
We had
Tilda is just stone faced, just.
I was like, you
That
must
was a
really be.
full-on Kate. No,
You must really be going through something.
I hit 9:30 and my brain went, "Nyong," and so you were. I heard talking to Noah.
Dirty brain.
Should I repeat what I said?
Yes, please.
I lean over to Tilda and I say, you don't have to go into the noble's house if it would be too much for you. You can always stay outside with Helaena with the guards.
I appreciate you having that concern for me. I think I'm going to go in because though I hate most nobles because they all are very much, not all of them, but most of them are the same, I have a pretty good idea of how they act after living in their homes for years. So I may be
Fair enough.
of some use.
Fair enough. Well, let me know if it gets too much.
The four of you enter into Lord Grennis Helid of House Rhetiran's noble house. You're greeted by Lord Grennis. Make a perception check. Specifically, Tilda.
16.
You notice something that the others will probably not notice as quickly. Lord Grennis has these visible but hidden at the same time sores all over his exposed hands and face.
Greetings, fair travelers. I am Lord Grennis, Helid of House Rhetiran. How may I assist you today?
My good man, we're here to talk to you about an imminent attack upon your domain.
An imminent attack? Unfortunately, we have already had one. You must have missed it. There have been a series of disappearances into the mountains.
Notable people or just randomly innocent civilians?
Civilians. People of my court. All. What were we saying?
Oh.
Is that a note? Does his expression slacken when he says that? Like, is it just a switch that kind of flips?
It's not a switch that flips. Roll for insight, Noah. Abydan.
So, what sort of attack did you have?
24.
These disappearances. They seem to be very troubling to the common, as well as to me.
Abydan, with your insight, Lord Grennis seems confused. Almost as though he doesn't know exactly what he was saying the moment before.
Okay, there's something I'd like to try then.
Go for it, buddy.
Lord Grennis, I'm gonna make kind of like a show of walking over to him, and perhaps this would be easier done if we sat down and talked at your table. And I'll put my hand on his shoulder, and as I do, I'm going to use 5 points of my lay on hands reservoir to cure him of one poison or disease that is affecting him.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
As you do so, he places both hands on the side of his head, almost as though he has an excruciating migraine that is being slowly healed. Seems to be maybe some sort of, well, you can't tell what it actually is. Yeah.
Lord Grennis, if you would like to take a seat, perhaps you would be more comfortable.
Take a seat? Oh no, I am fine.
He does so, and you notice that his legs are trembling.
I take your information, and we will prepare ourselves. Thank you, adventurers. You may now leave, and I will prepare our guard.
So you're saying that the only attack that has happened is people disappearing?
There have been a series of disappearances into the mountains.
Normally, one would not call that an attack, but maybe a string of murders or other things, not really an outside influence, would you not?
There have been a series of disappearances
So
into
you
the
said.
mountains.
I would like you to speak straight with us, Lord Grennis. What's really going on here?
He places both hands on the side of his head again, as though he has some sort of migraine.
I don't know how we're really going to get anywhere else with this, Abydan.
Maybe there is something I could try.
DM,
Yes?
while the ritual was not strong enough to purify an entire river, could it be theoretically strong enough to purify one person?
That's a fascinating, interesting. Okay. How would you do it? And what materials do you have?
I took all the ritual materials from the house with me.
Right?
I have them all with me. I have the instructions. And
Right.
he's clearly just moving through the motions. So if someone talks to him consistently, he's clearly on repeat right now. Theoretically, we should be able to set it up to at least attempt it.
Interesting.
I will gladly keep him talking.
Helaena, you're outside with these guards. What are you speaking to them?
Probably nothing, actually. If we're on official guard duty, we're not talking to each other at all. We are at the ready, scanning the areas in front of us, scanning any entryway and exit points. I mean, we're not goofing off, or at least maybe they were before Helaena got there, but there's a squad commander standing guard at the door. Something weird is going on.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check, please.
That's probably not going to go well. It hasn't all tonight. Oh boy. 14 plus 3. 17 total.
We take 17.
We did.
With a 17, you're able to notice something that I mentioned earlier, that Rhetiran is very quiet. However, you're able to get a little bit more information from that. All of the merchants, vendors, and locals, they all seem to be silent as they walk around. Word has not quite gotten to them yet of staying within their houses. However, there's no communication happening whatsoever.
Is she able to figure anything out from this? Does it seem magical? Is there any indication that something is, obviously she's like, something is off. Is there a way that she could tell anything more? Any signs, symptoms? You mentioned that Grinnis had sores on his hands, not that she can see him, but do they have sores? Any visible?
Make an investigation roll, please.
Keep making me roll dice. Eventually I'm going to roll a 1. 9 total.
You don't see any of the civilians having any of these sores or anything like that. However, the guards next to you have little pockets, what look to be raging pimples or blisters on their face. Back to the 4 inside the room. Noah, you wanted to do some sort of purification, correct?
Right.
Yes, correct. I didn't know I could speak in 2 different voices. That was pretty cool of me.
Correct.
Okay.
That's a very good Abydan impression.
That is, yeah.
Okay.
Boys, stop it.
Let's keep going.
Let's go.
Oh boy, I'm gonna purify.
Okay.
Gosh, Nick, I can't believe you're going to purify him.
Abydan, do you go forward with some sort of ritual cleansing?
Yeah, with Quincy keeping the mayor talking, like keeping the loop going. It didn't require a circle from what I could see. It just required like hands-on and the required ingredients.
Correct.
And I have hands for now and the required ingredients. So I figure
by all means, my friend, go ahead and describe how this would happen in your mind.
Okay, so the purification ritual that we saw largely revolved around water, essentially, and like the purification of water. And essentially, you use water as the medium for the ritual. And I do have holy water with me because I do get the sweet priest pack, and I also took the consecrated water that they have. And so the goal is to, as I'm mixing these things together in like a little tincture, to take some of the water, like in my hand, in the mixture into my hand, and just kind of gently, because I'll come up from behind him and I'll place my hand on like the nape of the mayor's neck, and then to trigger like the purification, I would close my eyes and I would pour all of my thoughts of faith in the gods, both good and evil, and the faith in my siblings, and the faith that this ritual will work,
and pour all of that focused onto a singular point that is the medium of the water to purify and hopefully to save this man's soul.
Grinnis gasps for air. As he does so, he sputters very quickly.
Mercy is here. Mercy
Don't.
has arranged. He's
Where?
controlling the whole city. Beware! Beware!
Where is he?
As soon as he shouts, beware, several of the villagers, several of the guards, specifically Helena's, the 2 guards that are next to you, begin to sprout unbardoonish tentacles from their face. As this happens, you all realize you're not surrounded by common villagers or merchants. You all are surrounded by some sort of illithid kin, some sort of mind flayer villagers, or some sort of something else to the mind. The villagers that were seen walking throughout the streets turn towards the main noble house that you guys have found yourself directly in or outside of. Lord Grinnis begins to convulse, and as he does so, those sores reopen from his hands and in his face, signifying a direct change in who he is, him giving potentially his last breath to give a warning to you all. He is going to reply to you, Quincy, and he's going to say, Versi is everywhere. And with that being said, my friends, that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you all so much for playing. You all are up for an encounter next session. And as always, listeners, thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Yikes, yikes,
Bye.
yikes. Bye.
Woohoo!
Maybe for good. Woo.
Guidance.
I would-
Guidance.
I hope you're not ready, because this first move is going to be stabbing this dude in the back of the head with my rapier.
Thank you
Oh
so
my
much for tuning in. You all have a great night. These people are going to be wrestling with this for the next week. Talk to you all.
Nah.
Thanks for tuning in. You all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Can't wait to
Sleep
die
well.
next session.
Hey,
I'll
at
be
least
in
I
your
still got my
dreams.
Hello again. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We sure hope that you enjoyed today's episode and will continue listening as the story continues. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Or if you're listening elsewhere, be sure to drop a review on the app of your choice. If you would like to follow us on social media, you can find us at bardoon.adventures. That is BARDUN.adventures. If you enjoyed the music featured in this podcast, you might consider contributing to the creator's Patreon at Drinker the Bard. That's DRINKARD, the Bard. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you next time.